Okay, class, we're about to start section 5.2, adding or subtracting decimals. Okay, now, the main rule is to line up the decimals and numbers by place value, then add or subtract. That is the main rule of adding or subtracting decimals. Tips to help you. Remember that you can add zeros to the end of the number after the decimal point to even up the length of the numbers. The second point, the normal rules for combining positive and negative numbers still apply. Same sign you add, opposite signs you subtract. Answers take the sign of the larger number. Now, we come here. Now, if you notice here, we have a regular problem and we also have an estimate. A lot of times, estimating will help you to see if your answer is round about the correct answer. Now, if we estimate these numbers to the nearest whole number, 19.52 would be about 20, and 5.371 would be 5. 20 plus 5 is 25. So your answer here should be round about 25. So what we would do first here, we would line up our decimals. And we will line up the numbers according to the place value. We add 19 in the front of this decimal, and 5 is in the ones place and 9 is, so we will line them up. Next, we will go behind the decimal. 5 is in the tenths place, 3 is in the tenths place, 2 is in the hundredths place, 7 is in the hundredths place, and we'll put our 1 here in the thousands place. We could put 0 as a placeholder here. And now we add. 0 plus 1 is 1, 2 plus 7 is 9, 5 plus 3 is 8, and we'll bring down our decimal. 9 plus 5 is 14, carry a 1, and 1 plus 1 is 2. So we add 24.891, which is very close to 25. So we know that we're in the right ballpark here. Okay, for number 2. We have 0.125. If we estimate this to the nearest whole number, it'll be 0. And we have 422.8, which will estimate to 423. When we add these two together, it will give us 423. So our answer should be close to 423. So now we'll put our decimals. Now we have 0 in front of this decimal. And we have 422. Now behind the decimal, we have 1 in the tenths place, 8 in the tenths place. And we'll write our 25. We add 2 zeros here, and now we add. 5 plus 0 is 5, 2 plus 0 is 2, 1 plus 8 is 9. Bring down your decimal. And we know 0 plus 422 is 422. 0.925 is approximately 423. Now we come down here to problems 3 and 4. Now again, we estimate to the nearest whole number. 6.7 will be approximately 7, minus 3.92 is approximately 4. 7 minus 4 is 3. So our answer should be somewhere close to 3. So we have 6.7 minus, we'll line up this decimal. 3 and 6 are both in the ones place. This 9 is in the tenths place, and this 2 is in the hundredths place. So we have to add a 0 here. Now what we need to do, we need to borrow, because we cannot subtract 2 from 0. So we'll borrow 1 from this 7, that'll make it a 6, and this 0 will become 10. 10 minus 2 is 8. And we know we cannot subtract 9 from 6, so we'll borrow 1 from this 6 and make it a 5. And this 6 will become 16. 16 minus 9 is 7. Bring down your decimal. 5 minus 3 is 2. So 2.778 is approximately 3. Now we come to number 4. Now again, let's estimate this to the nearest whole number. We have 73 minus 29.31 is approximately 29. We could borrow 1 from the 7, make it a 6, and this 3 will become 13. 13 minus 9 is 4. 6 minus 2 is 4. So it's approximately 44. So we would take 73, and remember, when you have a whole number, it's assumed to be a decimal behind that whole number. Then we have minus 29 in our decimal. We'll write our 31, and we'll put 2 zeros here as placeholders. Now we know we have to borrow, but the first number we could borrow from here is 2. And we know this 0 would be a 9, and this 0 would be 10. 10 minus 1 is 9. 9 minus 3 is 6. Bring down our decimal. Now, we cannot subtract 9 from 2, so we'll borrow 1 from this 7, which would be 6. This 2 would become 12. 12 minus 9 is 3, and 6 minus 2 is 4. So our answer is 43.69, which is close to being 44. Now, there is one other thing. This is actually the end of this section, but it's one other thing I want to address. Now, when I originally had 73.00 minus 29.31, I want to go back here to when we borrowed this 1 from this 3, which made it 2. Now remember, originally this 0 would become a 10. Then you would have to borrow 1 from this 10 to make it a 9. And this 0 would become 10. Because when I did it up here, I just said the 0 becomes 9 and this becomes 10. So I wanted to show you how this 0 becomes a 9. And then you would do the problem the same way. 10 minus 1 is 9. 9 minus 3 is 6. Bring down your decimal. You can now subtract 9 from 2. So you borrow 1 from the 7. That makes it 6. And this 2 becomes 12. 12 minus 9 is 3. 6 minus 2 is 4. So it's the same thing. And we're done.